Welcome back. Concerns have been raised about the integrity of the newly appointed member of the Board of Directors of East Caribbean Financial Holding Company Limited, ECFH, parent company of Bank of St. Lucia. The banking institution made the announcement this week that Myers has been named as the chairman of the two companies and that he also represents the National Insurance Corporation, NIC, and the government of St. Lucia, respectively, both of which recently took their shareholding to 20%. This news has not been welcomed by some, including the newly elected first deputy leader of the St. Lucia Labour Party, Dr. Ernest Hilaire. During a Thursday morning press conference, Dr. Hilaire called on the bank and its shareholders to review the installation of Myers due to what he says is his extreme partisan stance.
The Labour Party notes that the Bank of St. Lucia, after facing difficult periods, is only now beginning to show signs of a recovery. We are therefore immensely concerned that Mr. Myers, an immensely divisive political person and also a political operative and public face of the ruling United Workers' Party, could undermine the continued growth and confidence which appears to be returning to the bank. Mr. Myers is best known as a sycophant who has extensively used Facebook and other social media platforms to attack and abuse the leadership, members, and supporters of the St. Lucia Labour Party, and indeed anyone who opposes the Alan Shastney government.
Dr. Hilaire believes the appointment now leaves people vulnerable to victimization.
The St. Lucia Labour Party believes that the integrity of the banking system depends on trust, confidence, and confidentiality, and the installation of Mr. Myers would not augur well. Accordingly, the following questions must be asked. 1. What guarantees are there that persons who are opposed to the government will not be victimized for loan applications which are placed before the board? What guarantees are there that information relating to persons who oppose the government and brought before the board will not be used against them? 3. What safeguards are there that the decision-making of the board will be free of political considerations and interference when someone who has been so openly bitter and divisive is the chairman? 4. What guarantees are there that customers' confidential information would not be accessed by the chairman for political purposes?
The first deputy leader also had questions about NIC funds.
What guarantees are there that the new chairman will not use his position to influence the board to loan monies to government for projects and initiatives which may not otherwise be assessed as viable? The St. Lucia Labour Party is further concerned that Mr. Frank Myers is also the deputy chairman of the NIC. A recent decision by that entity to finance the Carbot project has raised concerns about the use of St. Lucian's pension funds. This dual role creates an incestuous relationship which can cause undue influence on the decisions of the NIC. The NIC is probably the largest depositor in the Bank of St. Lucia, and therefore every effort must be made not to allow decisions to be taken that can unduly affect the use of pension funds. The Labour Party believes that the integrity of the banking system depends on trust, confidence, and confidentiality, and the installation of Mr. Myers could only serve to undermine this.
That was First Deputy Leader of the St. Lucia Labour Party, Dr. Ernest Hilaire. In other news, SLP Chairman Moses Jabatis says Prime Minister Alan Shastney is an embarrassment to the nation as he has failed St. Lucians while the rest of the world looks on. Jabatis says the PM's tears are only for the cameras rather than being shed for the suffering of the people.
The chairman of the St. Lucia Labour Party, Moses Jabatis, has some strong words about the island's Prime Minister, Alan Shastney. Jean-Baptiste spoke about the recent visit from the U.S. Navy ship Comfort and highlighted the thousands of St. Lucians who flocked to the medical outlets to receive the free services offered by the ship's crew. He said it was painful to see St. Lucians looking so desperate and broken as they attempted to brave the elements at all hours of the day in hopes of receiving treatment. He said the PM's reaction, however, was only for show.
The Prime Minister's reaction when he visited the ship demonstrated his insensitivity, as his tears were for the cameras and crew of the visiting ship, clearly for photo ops. For it was the thousands who were waiting for hours and who are still begging this government to place their healthcare first, who required that solidarity. How much more callous and disrespectful can the Prime Minister be? We don't accept that the Prime Minister was out of state and therefore unavailable to be in solidarity with his own people. He should have been here because we believe that healthcare has become a crisis which has in quick time become this government's #1 disaster.
Jabatis said the numbers who went to seek treatment was testament to the severity of the island's health sector. He proceeded to implore the government to fix the situation.
As a party, we are cognizant of the fact that St. Lucians are suffering and are pleading with the United Workers' Party administration to make proper health care a priority. A vast majority of St. Lucians believe that we are now experiencing the worst quality of health care in our history. Yes, we have had challenges before. We remember the efforts of former policymakers and even the laments of Calypsonians like the mighty invader. But never before have we had it so bad. Any parliamentarian who holds constituency office hours and is in touch with his or her constituents will tell you that our people are desperate for better health care, and so we expected that thousands of St. Lucians would rush to receive free medical care.
Jabatis said the PM has embarrassed the nation with his failure to provide the people with an adequate healthcare sector.
How embarrassing it was for the government of St. Lucia to be given a score of 2 out of 10 for work on the opening of the OKEU? Yes, 2 out of 10. Everyone knows that this is a failing grade, a terrible grade. Never in our history has a Prime Minister been so ridiculed for his incompetence. Not John Compton, not Sir Alan Louisy, not Sir Vaughan, not Dr. Kenny Anthony, or any other. Prime Minister Alan Shasney has failed the EU and he has failed the people of St. Lucia. He is clearly the most incompetent Prime Minister that we have ever had, and he heads the most corrupt, most arrogant, and most inept government in our history.
The SLP chairman said the rise in photographs and videos showing persons languishing at the local hospitals adds to the embarrassment. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I'm Rochelle Gonzalez.
Declaring that it has adopted the world's standard of investment, promotion and facilitation, Invest St. Lucia ISL has officially announced its rebranding as a national agency striving to succeed for the benefit of all St. Lucians. Jacques Wooding tells us more.
Officials of ISL presented the new brand as a culture change, rather than just a cosmetic change geared to attract investors who treat St. Lucia as their own precious home, and not just a place to profit off its people and natural resources. Chief Executive Officer Roderick Cherry said that under the new tagline, Make It Your Own, a refocused ISL will promote more aggressively the island's natural and physical attributes, along with the economic advantages, such as a stable business environment, to targeted sectors and investors.
On the international stage, though, what we have done with our new strategy is try to focus very clearly on a few areas. Tourism development, business process outsourcing, manufacturing, and agro-processing. So these are the areas that we focus on. So the difference now is that we have recognized what we do well, and we are using that now, and not throwing such a wide net, but being very specific, being very focused in the types of investment that we go after.
The rebranded Invest St. Lucia will pay greater attention to local investment, consistent with ISL's mandate to create economic activity and employment. said Chairman of Invest St. Lucia, Pinkley Francis. This was necessary mindful of the perception among St. Lucians that the entity focuses on attracting foreign direct investment and less local investment. He said that the facilitation process that ISL provides is the same for national and foreign clients.
An investor can come to Invest St. Lucia and we will walk you through the entire process from conceptualization of the idea through to applying to various government entities for approvals, including concession from the government as well. And that is available to the local investors. It has always been available to the local investors. They simply do not take advantage of it. But what we have done now under our new image is to place more emphasis and make it known to the local investors that our doors are open. We have had a lot of success stories that we facilitated through Invest St. Lucia. Examples such as Bryson Company. We have done a lot over the years in ensuring that Bryson Company become one of the large entities in St. Lucia. So we are also focusing on the other sectors, so the hotel sector, the hospitality sector, ICT. We see this has always been dominated by foreigners, the foreign direct investments. We have now embarked on developing a project down in Beaufort, the ANSDESAB project that PM alluded to earlier. And that project is focusing on creating opportunities for local investment in the hospitality sector.
Francis and his board were congratulated by Prime Minister Alan Shasney for ISL's many initiatives, saying that the brand they had created had been developed from the actual work of attracting investment to St. Lucia. The unveiling of the new brand took place on Monday, September 30th, 2019, during a press event at the Harbour Club in Rodney Bay. For Hot 7 News, I am Jacques Wooding.
As part of the press launch ceremony to reveal the planned activities for World Standards Day, stakeholders of the St. Lucia Bureau of Standards outlined an initiative dubbed Beauty and Wellness Stakeholder Consultation. It will be held on World Standards Day, celebrated on the 14th of October. Solange Alfred tells us more.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but it can also lie in the hands of a beautician. As such, the Bureau of Standards looks to engage in a stakeholder consultation with individuals in the beauty and wellness industry. Head of the Certification Department at the St. Lucia Bureau of Standards, Dr. Zanf Dubuisson, stated the importance of the workshop as one geared towards solidifying certification and standards within the beauty and wellness industry.
The development and establishment of standards and a supporting certification program for this sector aims to ensure protection of the health and safety of consumers and delivery of consistent quality service by professional and knowledgeable operators. To provide support, we have established for the sector a one-day training program also on the General Code of Practice for Beauty and Wellness that is applicable to spas, hair salons, barbershops, gyms, skin piercing facilities, and also training on the standards that are specific for the different types of beauty and wellness establishments. The training is to provide operators with the knowledge of the requirements of the Beauty and Wellness Code of Practice and to increase awareness and understanding of these minimum requirements.
Meanwhile, another workshop focused on manual therapists. This was outlined by guest speaker Louise King. She explained the benefits of prolonging one's career through proper execution.
The series is open to barbers, nail technicians, makeup, tattoo artists, and also massage and spa therapists. Do you know of someone who has experienced untold suffering using their hands because they are injured? So we invite you to sign up to attend this workshop and be part of the ground floor moving upwards towards prolonging careers in health and the wellness industry. The workshop is guided by aspects of the Caribbean Vocational Qualification for Manual Therapists within the health and wellness sectors, specifically units of the Standards of Competency for Cosmetology Level 2 and Massage Therapy Level 3 are used in the development of this course. We will be using the units, maintain a safe, clean, and efficient work environment, plan and organize work, apply knowledge of anatomy and physiology to beauty therapy treatments.
Moreover, Dr. Dubijan says the dangers in the beauty and wellness industries are very present and the need for upholding strict standards are extremely important.
We urge establishment owners to be proactive. Contact the SLBS to find out about the standards and how they can be obtained. Implement the standards in your establishments which have been developed, yes, for you, to minimize the risks of infection and to improve on service delivery. Get certification from the SLBS. And to you customers, clients, users, we say, looking and feeling good is important. So whether beauty treatments relax you or give you a healthy confidence boost, if you're not careful, the lengths you go to make you look good can make you sick. While a manicurist or waxing specialist may not seem like a medical professional, the truth is that a salon mishap can be just as dangerous as a botched procedure or misdiagnosis.
Dr. Dubijan stated the Bureau of Standards provides 3 levels of certification in the beauty and wellness field, which encompasses a level 1, 2, and 3 certification. She also added a list of certified beauty and wellness organizations exists on the Bureau of Standards website for easy customer access. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Solange Alfred.
The United Workers' Party has extended condolences to the family of Gaspar Charlemagne following his passing. Charlemagne was a devoted educator. He also had a passion for politics and community work. The two saw him serving in many community groups and organizations and becoming a candidate for the United Workers' Party in the 2006 general elections. Although he was unsuccessful in his bid to become the parliamentary representative for Soufrière, he was made a senator by then Prime Minister Sir John Compton and served as Junior Minister for Education and Culture. UWP spokesperson Nancy Charles says the late Gaspar Charlemagne was due to receive a great honor next month.
It is a death that is certainly, perhaps from our perspective, was not anticipated and expected. Because as you would have known, Mr. Charlemagne was recently nominated and had been given the award for British Empire Medal, Civil Division for services to education. And as I understand it, he was supposed to collect that medal sometime in November. It's unfortunate that he has passed even before he collected it, but I think the family, in remembrance of him, will do great justice in ensuring that he is remembered.
Charles says St. Lucia owes Charlemagne a debt of gratitude for his years of dedicated service as an educator.
He served tremendously in the field of education. Based on his work experience, I think he served as Chief Education Officer. He served as Education Officer for secondary schools. He was a Curriculum Officer for Social Studies, and he was also the principal of the Soufrière Primary School. He had tremendous qualifications. So, for example, he had a diploma in tourism, he had a bachelor's in education, and an associate degree in ACP, among other qualifications. But I think most importantly, his biggest qualification is the way he served the people of his community in Soufrière.
Charlemagne was born in the town of Soufrière on the 19th of October 1940. His early schooling was at the Soufrière Boys Primary School, where he later became a school teacher at the age of 16. He would later become a school principal, then Chief Education Officer, and ultimately Junior Minister for Education. The United Workers' Party says St. Lucia has lost a great son of the soil and that he will surely be missed by all. This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Tennyson Glasgow is up next with all the sporting action.